Surprise, surprise, Pink Floyd's back on the charts. Actually, they never left the charts. Dark Side of the Moon is still active after 14 years. The new album's called Momentary Lapse of Reason and was recorded without Roger Waters, who left the band in 1983 and has since tried to stop the remaining members from using the name. But all to no avail, it seems. Pink Floyd has just toured parts of Canada with Concert Productions International's Michael Cole. I interviewed Nick Mason and David Gilmour while they were in Toronto and was going to air this interview, but I was waiting for the new video. But it looks like it might have been delayed, perhaps indefinitely. When I asked Nick Mason how long it would be till we got it, he replied, "How long is a piece of string?" So I'm going to air this interview, a little bit of it anyway, right now with music from The Wall. Nick and David, you've both done solo projects. Why would you want to resurrect Pink Floyd now?
We always intended to, you know. We have all, at this time in our lives, we want to, you know, spread our wings and do many more things than just Pink Floyd. And restricting ourselves to our solo careers or to film music or other things is just as restricting ourselves to Pink Floyd.
The tickets for the Toronto show went on sale, 2 months before the actual date, and I get the impression that you were using Toronto as a testing ground for the world market. Now, why would Toronto be indicative of how popular Pink Floyd before the record is going to be?
Because, I think we'd say because of Michael Cole, really. He knew of the problems we were having at the time, and I think he just decided that he spoke to Steve O'Rourke, our manager, and I think he was the one who was really prepared to take a bit of a risk and find out how the public felt about us. And we're very grateful.
We were also under a threat of a lawsuit if we did put tickets on sale, so we decided we'd better get on with it. And so at least have the time to deal with it all. There were an awful lot of threats being issued almost daily, that if we did this or if someone did that, we would have to face the legal consequences. And at some point, you just have to bluff it out and say, OK, we'll do it, and see what the legal consequences are. And of course, they weren't anything.
So a lot of bluffing. Why is it that he feels so strongly about it that he wouldn't want to? I mean, obviously, you're doing...
He's got a big ego, you see.
Yeah.
He hates the possibility that he's not essential.
I suspect you've probably, at this point, tried to keep it out of the courts, because by the time it gets there, probably the only people who are benefited are the lawyers.
We have more lawyers than road crew now.
Ah, it's not a happy situation.
The atmosphere is thin and cold. The yellow sun is getting old. The ozone overflows with radio waves.
Lawyers aside, Roger Waters is also on tour with his latest album, Radio Chaos. It should come as no surprise, however, that Pink Floyd's record has outsold his 3-1. The album's already very successful. Were you ever worried that people might be buying the concept of Pink Floyd rather than the content of the album?
I think so. I mean, there's considerable trepidation about facing up to all that. So it's you know, it's very satisfying to see it beginning to look good. I mean, that's our vindication, really, with all the stuff that's gone on with Roger. At the end of the day, we'll rise or fall and be judged on the record, on the shows, what people really think when they come. I mean, they might buy the tickets, but if they go away disappointed, it's all over, really.
We are sort of being accused of being on a take-the-money-and-run trip by Roger, but, you know, that is what we are trying to... you know, we are showing that is not what's happening, and we are actually still making records to the best of our ability from the heart, and we are doing as good a show as we can do.
Straight from the wallet, really.
Yes.